A new post by Colleen Hoover has left us all wondering.
Maybe either a new rock bottom for me or the best thing that's ever come out of.
Colleen Hoover just dropped a video that sent the entire internet into meltdown. On her Instagram story, she looked completely shaken, like she'd just uncovered something she wasn't supposed to see. Fans couldn't tell if she was panicked, stunned, or just spiraling. Her words were scattered, dreamy, almost like poetry gone wrong. It wasn't the confident, composed Hoover readers we're used to. It was someone unraveling on camera.
Wild, like truly crazy. Colleen Hoover posted this video on her Instagram stories yesterday, and
everyone remembers how Justin Baldoni poured everything into It Ends With Us. His heart, his savings, and his reputation. He believed in the story so deeply that he fought to bring it to life with integrity. But the moment he thought he'd found the perfect creative partner in Colleen Hoover, everything shifted. Out of nowhere, she abandoned him and aligned herself fully with Blake Lively. It was loyalty versus Hollywood glamour, and Hoover chose the glitter. Baldoni wasn't just betrayed. He was blindsided, watching his
really slowly taking over this movie. She hijacked this movie.
Colleen Hoover kicked off her Instagram spiral with a line that instantly made everyone stop scrolling. This could either be my rock bottom or the greatest idea my brain has ever had. What followed was chaos in a can, literally. She proudly revealed her new ritual, pouring Diet Pepsi over frozen Pepsi cubes like it was some grand life hack. In her mind, it wasn't erratic behavior, it was innovation. The perfect Pepsi experience, as she called it. Though to viewers, it looked more like...
I poured Diet Pepsi into my ice cubes so that I will have the best Diet Pepsi I've ever had in my life.
Honestly, she doesn't look okay. Fans were quick to notice how disoriented she seemed, posting rambling clips at sunrise with glassy eyes and jittery energy. The comment section lit up instantly, people speculating about whether she was under the influence, exhausted, or just unraveling in real time. Whatever it was, the whole thing felt off, like we were watching...
It was posted at the latest 11 a.m., which doesn't make it any better that she's that lit. Like, is it pills? Is it... People are like, ooh, the gummy just hit. That's
a whole lot more than just a gummy. Most people start their morning with coffee, maybe a scroll through emails, not a full-on existential crisis mixed with Pepsi on Pepsi experimentation. When you begin the day by questioning your entire life over carbonated chaos, something's clearly off. If she's this frazzled at sunrise, how wild does the rest of her day look? Messy, manic, and totally wackadoodle. But here's the kicker. This wasn't really about soda at all. Fans think Colleen's Pepsi performance was less about flavor and more about fallout. After publicly siding with Blake Lively in her messy war against Justin Baldoni, Hoover's been catching nonstop heat online. And this meltdown? It looked like a stress response in real time. The internet didn't let it slide either. Instead, social media went full roast mode, comparing her bizarre...
wild wackadoodle.
One fan summed it up perfectly. Those are some seriously high thoughts, LOL. Only someone stoned would think freezing Diet Pepsi just to pour more Diet Pepsi over it makes sense. Another went for the jugular. This is what happens when people spiral into depression. Booze, drugs, chaos, because deep down they know they messed up. And let's be honest, Colleen knows she wronged Justin Baldoni. I hope she and Blake face the fallout for all their lies, manipulation, and betrayal. But the most viral comment of them all? Sis is acting like she just realized she's not the main character. Classic internet energy.
Do you think other people do this? We put water in our water.
But here's the twist. Fans don't think this was just stress. They think it was guilt bubbling to the surface. After publicly siding with Blake Lively and now watching her stumble in court, Colleen Hoover might finally be realizing she backed the wrong horse. And nothing burns quite like the entire internet reminding you of your bad choices. Longtime followers know this isn't her first online spiral either. She's not one to start public feuds like other authors, but she is known for emotional overshares that turn into mini spectacles. This latest Pepsi-fueled breakdown? Just another messy chapter in her growing...
Water. Do you put wine in your wine? I guess you don't drink wine.
Remember when she tried to release a coloring book version of It Ends With Us? Yeah, that was a PR nightmare. Fans were furious. Who in their right mind thought coloring in scenes from a story about domestic violence was a cute idea? The backlash was instant and brutal. Hoover had to pull the plug entirely, but by then, the damage was done. She apologized, sure, but the internet has a long memory. Even now, people point to that fiasco as proof that Colleen doesn't always think before she acts. A pattern that
To be doing so hot. Some people said that she posts stuff like this quite often, or at least like did during COVID.
Colleen Hoover has always been open with her fans, sharing her struggles, emotions, even her regrets. That kind of raw honesty built her connection with readers, but it's also what keeps backfiring. This latest meltdown, though, wasn't just another overshare. It hit different. The tone, the timing, the energy, it all left people uneasy.
But I mean, I'm not waking up and rolling out of bed at 8 a.m. and then posting about putting water and, you know, coming up with the novel idea of freezing Diet Pepsi to put into.
Some fans are calling this her most concerning breakdown yet. Crying over book drama is one thing, but rolling straight out of bed and unraveling on camera before breakfast. That's next level chaos. It didn't feel like a planned post. It felt like we were watching someone implode in real time. The vibe was raw, shaky, and downright unsettling, leaving fans wondering.
This video is what it would seem like out of like a normal weekday morning, and this is how she's already acting slurred, delays speech. And then whenever she posts a follow-up talking about that we should all buy her merch because it's on sale right now, she already seems to be a little bit more with it. Maybe the Pepsi was helping. Maybe that's why she needs Pepsi in the morning.
And that's the bigger question. Is Colleen just an artist who feels deeply, or is this a full-blown spiral born from guilt and pressure? Because honestly, it's starting to look less like transparency and more like emotional collapse. Viewers aren't just scrolling past anymore. They're watching like it's the finale of a messy reality show, waiting to see.
She's not named in any of the lawsuits. She's not facing litigation, but I feel like her reputation right now is kind of taking.
Imagine throwing all your energy behind a celebrity, defending them, promoting them, standing by them, only to realize, oops, you might have picked the wrong side. That's exactly where Colleen Hoover finds herself right now. She went all in for Blake Lively, putting her own credibility on the line. But now, as Blake's case crumbles in court, Colleen's loyalty looks more like a career misstep. Supporting a friend is admirable. Staking your entire public image on their legal chaos is reckless. And when that ship starts sinking, you're left wondering if loyal.
A coloring book based on It Ends With Us. And people were like, you are launching a coloring book for a movie that's about domestic violence. Don't you think that's a bit distasteful? So she got a lot of backlash from that, and she retracted it, and she said she was sorry.
Instead of looking like a loyal friend taking a principled stand, Colleen now appears impulsive, someone who made an emotional decision she didn't think through. And the internet isn't letting her forget it. Comment sections are brutal, mocking her for jumping headfirst into drama that wasn't hers to begin with. It's the digital equivalent of betting everything on a horse that trips before the race even starts. What was meant to be solidarity now feels like a self-inflicted PR disaster. Messy,
tarnished as a result of this, and there were damages that were experienced as a result.
Colleen once had one of the most loyal fan bases in publishing, readers who would defend her through anything. But that unshakable support is starting to fracture. Critics are taking aim at her writing, old controversies are resurfacing, and fans who once adored her are questioning her judgment. The latest meltdown hasn't helped either. What was once a rock-solid reputation now looks fragile and unsteady.
Wrote this book about abuse, but seemed unable to pick up the abuse that was happening right under her.
Let's not forget, Colleen built her empire on emotional storytelling. She pulled readers in with gut-wrenching drama, heartbreak, and raw vulnerability. But now the spotlight isn't on her novels anymore. It's on her. Instead of fans crying over It Ends With Us, they're laughing at her bizarre Diet Pepsi experiment. The memes are spreading faster than her book sales. And the sad irony is hard to ignore. The chaos in her real life is now stealing the.
Colleen Hoover made her support of Blake Lively clear to the public. She stopped short of throwing Justin Baldoni under the bus, but her statement was definitively loud and clear, especially given the fact that she attended all of the promos and the screenings with Blake.
Let's face it, Colleen Hoover has never been roasted like this before. Sure, she's handled criticism in the past, but nothing close to the wildfire that's burning through social media right now. And instead of staying composed, she's unraveling, publicly in real time. The internet isn't just watching, it's devouring every second of it. Each new post, each strange rant, becomes another viral.
In response to that filing, she wrote, Blake Lively, you have been nothing but honest, kind, supportive, and patient since the day we met. Thank you for being exactly the human that you are.
The most fascinating and maybe tragic-ish part is that Colleen knows exactly what's happening. She's not some debut author getting her first taste of attention. She's a brand, a cultural machine, the TikTok queen of emotionally charged fiction. But that kind of fame comes with a price. The pressure to stay perfect, to stay relevant.
She did. I'm sorry. She absolutely did.
Fans expect everything from Colleen. New books, polished behavior, perfect composure, and endless fan interaction. But let's be real, that's not the Colleen we're seeing right now. The pressure has clearly piled up, and instead of keeping it together, she's cracking in front of millions. It's a reminder that even the authors who write about emotional strength can struggle to hold their own together when the spotlight.
Reynolds-ified, and suddenly she's in love with Blake in so much that she's allowing Justin to be treated terribly. That's the way the public is reading this, and they're right to read it.
Some people hit the gym to cope. Colleen? She logs on at sunrise and broadcasts her entire breakdown to the internet. And that's pretty much all she's doing. Honestly, if I woke up to the internet roasting me and my merch line tanking, I'd probably lose it too. The pressure she's under is unreal. Fame, backlash, guilt, and burnout all colliding at once. So while her reaction might seem unhinged, it's also a raw human moment from someone who's clearly reached her breaking point.
Quickly against Colleen. People expected her to then now give a more informed answer, a more informed response as to how she could have gone along with what is appearing to be such obvious forms of bullying.
Colleen Hoover has hit a turning point. She can either pull herself together, step away from the chaos, and rebuild her image, or keep unraveling online until her career becomes a social media cautionary tale. The choice is hers, recovery or complete implosion. But if she doesn't slow down soon, she risks becoming another celebrity who let the internet watch her downfall in real time.
Favor because the proof is overwhelming, and she has, you could say, established her brand as someone who is anti.
What makes this entire situation even worse is how easily it could have been avoided. If Colleen had just stayed neutral, kept quiet, and let the legal drama play out, none of this would be happening. Instead, she jumped headfirst into Blake Lively's mess and ended up dragging herself into the crossfire. Fans aren't calling it loyalty anymore. They're calling it naivete. By choosing sides so publicly, she didn't just back Blake, she backed herself into a corner, and now her reputation is paying the price.